I'm going to teach you how to make all of your dreams come true. Hi beautiful, my name is Bella and I'm so happy you're here. Today I'm very passionate about our topic because it's about dreams. It's about those things that we want so badly to come true, to become our reality, and I really want to help you to make it possible for whatever you're dreaming about to become your new present, your new everyday life. First thing we're going to do is to take the dream and we're going to turn it into a goal. And the difference between a dream and a goal is that a dream is something that seems very unrealistic. It seems like something which we're like daydreaming about, in which it feels very far away and impossible. But a goal is something that we're actively working towards every day, that it is very possible and it is going to come true with time and with hard work. And we're going to turn that dream into a goal by having a plan. Guys, this is so important. Having a plan is like the base of most things we're going to be talking here today. And one of the things that made me realize how important having a plan is Richard Williams, so Serena Williams and Venus Williams' father. He is just a very wise man on the way that even when they were small and they told him that they wanted to become tennis players, he made everything he could to make it happen. And the first thing that he did was make a plan. And this plan, it was ultra specific and it had time dates and it had so many like small details. It required so much commitment from everyone involved, but that if they followed that plan, then it would come true. And when he got that paper and he wrote everything down in pen, then it wasn't just an idea of what could happen, it was a plan. He had it down on the paper. They had to just follow step by step, and it could become a reality. If you just went step 1, step 2, step 3, eventually the dream would come true. And then something that seemed utterly impossible was a plan. It became a goal. It became instructions in which they just had to follow step by step. And it made something that felt so impossible, which it was kind of impossible, to not become impossible at all, because they had a game plan. They had an idea of what was required from everyone involved to make it their new reality. And it's so impressive because they did follow it and it did come true. And something which most of us would have said that would never have happened became their reality, became the reality of Venus Williams, of Serena Williams. Their father had such an important role in this because he was the first to truly believe that it could happen and to make a plan. So turning it into a goal is making a plan. And that plan cannot just be thought out. It needs to be written down. You need to write it down somewhere. You need to know all the steps that you need to do to eventually achieve it. That is why there are different types of dreams. For example, I dream of one day having a family, but I know that that cannot be my goal dream. That cannot be the dream in which I'm gonna work step by step to achieve, just because there's not much right now in my life that I can do to have a family other than prepare myself and grow and become the best person I can be. Better goal or dream is something in your professional life or something that you want to achieve. So just something that is gonna bring you so much happiness and that it depends only in yourself. Even if other people are involved, the main person that needs to work to make it come true is yourself. So whatever dream we're turning into a goal needs to depend on you. Other people can be involved, but it needs to be your hard work that's gonna make it happen. Second thing, we're gonna get ultra specific. If you're not specific about it, then it's gonna become too much of an abstract concept. And when we are having a plan and we're making step by step, working towards it becoming our new reality, it cannot be an abstract concept. It needs to become specific. It needs to become precise. Of course, we are not going to become control freaks. We don't need everything to happen on a very, very, very specific way, but we do need to be specific in our plans so we know what to do and we know what to work towards, especially when we have goals. You're gonna write down on a paper where you are right now, and you're gonna write down where you want to achieve at the end of the paper. And all of this blank space between is gonna be your process. And in this process, you're gonna divide it up into different stages, which you're gonna have to achieve to eventually reach this dream. And in each one of these, you need to have small goals so you can feel like you're getting closer each time to that dream. And those goals, they need to be specific. If they can be quantitative, it's even better, because then you have proof as a fact that you are getting closer and closer and closer to this dream. So have a plan, be very, very, very specific. Be specific with your goals. Make sure your goals are something that you know when you have achieved them. Third thing, learn to enjoy the process. So all of this blank space right here, this is gonna be where a lot of your time is gonna be dedicated. This is gonna be in the area in which you're gonna challenge yourself and you're gonna get out of your comfort zone, and you're gonna be forced to become better. And that is why this area right here, this in between, is the most important part. The most important part is not you achieving the dream, it's actually the process, because this area is the part in which you are gonna grow and you are gonna feel yourself becoming someone new. And it's gonna be so challenging. I know that sometimes you are gonna want to give up, but this is what makes it worth it. Because if it was easy to just skip from here to here, then it wouldn't be a dream worth having. The fact that it's challenging, that it forces you to become someone better, is what makes achieving that dream so gratifying. So enjoy the process. You need to learn to love the process and the challenges and the work and getting out of the places in which you're comfortable. You need to love the pathway into reaching that final point. If you just love the dream, then it's going to be so much harder for you to achieve it. You need to love the process. And I know it's hard because the process is going to be difficult, but if you learn it, then you are gonna live so much happier, and you're gonna wake up every single day excited to make that dream come true. And everything is gonna have so much more purpose behind it. Fourth point, discipline over motivation. Motivation is not going to take you very far, because motivation is a feeling. It is something in which one day you're going to feel super motivated. You're going to want to take over the world, be the best person you can be. And then on the other day, you are going to wake up and you're not going to feel the same feeling, because we're humans and we don't feel the exact same way every single day. And our motivation is not constant. It is fluctuating and it is increasing. If you are dependent on your motivation, then you're not going to be able to go forward, because some days you're not going to feel motivated. Be dependent on your discipline. Discipline is going to take you so far, because discipline doesn't depend on your emotions. It is not a feeling, it is an action. It is about you. Even though you don't want to do it, you do it anyways because you have discipline. It is about doing the things you don't want to do and doing the things that are hard to do, because you trust the process and you know that eventually you are going to get to the results. So discipline is about not letting yourself down, even when you want to, even when you don't want to do what needs to be done. You have enough discipline to do it anyways. And discipline is like one of the best things you can ever develop, because it is actually so impressive that on the beginning it is so much harder, but when you start doing it and when you start getting used to being disciplined with yourself, then it becomes less difficult. It becomes easier to just do what needs to be done. And that is truly impressive because it is kind of like a new area of your mind in which you just develop, and everything works out so much better when you learned to be disciplined. Fifth point is don't tell anyone. I know this is so hard. You were so excited about the process. You were so excited about your dream come true. You just want to tell the world about it. You want to tell all your friends. You want to tell your family. But I would advise you to not tell anyone. Keep it something for yourself. And I know in the beginning it could feel kind of challenging, but it's gonna be so gratifying to know that it's a project between you and God. It's just something that depends on you, on your hard work, and people are gonna start noticing it. And instead of you telling them, they will probably notice that you are working towards something and that you are very dedicated. When you tell everyone, especially the people that don't have your best interests at heart, that can be very hard, because then they will not trust you like you trust yourself, and they will not, many times they will think it is impossible, and they will dismotivate you. This can be a very heavy thing to carry, everyone's lack of faith in you. Make it something in which it's you working for something you want to achieve. It is something that truly depends on you, and you talk to God about it, and you tell him your dreams, and you tell him your expectations, and you tell him how every day of the process is going. There are so many other things I could say, but I feel like these are the main ones to get started, to really start making your dream come true, having that plan. So make it a goal instead of a dream. Be very specific about it, be very detailed about it, so it becomes something very possible to do. And loving the process, not only the result, but enjoying every single day of working towards that and getting out of your comfort zone. And being disciplined to a point in which it doesn't depend on your feelings, but you know that you can do it, because even on the hard days, you are still working towards that. And having faith in yourself, not telling everyone about it, but keeping it something in your heart, and keeping it something in which you are very dedicated into making it become your new reality and to make it come true. So yeah, I really hope I helped you today. Subscribe, guys. It is so important, because it makes me so happy, and it is a way for you to support what I'm doing here. And I love you all so much. Bye.